Hello everybody and welcome to ETF2L 6v6 Season 49 here for your first game here on Essentials TF Prem Week 1. I am Rook and I'm joined by Juan. And in the wake of all the matches we've had warming up for this season, good God, do we have a Week 1 that'll burn your house down. Am I right, Juan?
Yep, we've got a very, very good game coming up tonight. This is the defending Premiership champions versus Witness, which is a very weird sentence to say. But this is the Frenchies that managed to come out on top through a very, very close playoff bracket last season. Now, sort of coming off of this, their first Premiership victory for most of these players. Now, you're playing against the guys that left out on top, right? They're coming back. They want to take the fight to the Americans, and they're warming up through this, starting this season. And we'll really have to see now who's actually at the top of Europe.
Yeah, no, and I'm definitely interested to see just how much Witness have lost by being away. I suspect it's not very much. Based on some of the scrim results that I've heard about, that I've seen, they are looking just as deadly as ever.
This is the thing, right? This is like most of these players now at this point have played together for so long that there has to be just some kind of ingrained synergy within them, right? We saw this if we really put on our old man hats, we can go all the way back to back when we randomly had the team with Mike and Myelin and whatever else they were called. I forgot their name, Suave, who just came back for a random weekend cup and absolutely destroyed everyone for 1 week because they just had that pre-existing synergy. I feel like this Witness team is getting to the point where it's going to be the same, right? But that being said, Rook, this is a bit of a different lineup. So if you guys haven't been paying attention at home during the off-season, this is a Witness reform, but also in the sense that there's a new player and there's a sort of returning players. So it is still Ixie and Thomas on scouts. Expected to be the best by far, to be completely honest, the best scout combo in Europe. Yeah. And then Thomas, of course, expected to be the best player in Europe. Papi is back on pocket leading the team as normal, but then instead of Silente, we've got Hugo stepping up on to the Roma role, and then we got Lucas coming back to his old friends on Demoman, then also, of course, completing that roster. I'm really, really interested to see how Lucas plays on this team, because this was a Lucas team originally when these guys first came up in one Prem, and this was super, super demo focused, and you could see how much work that Thomas and Papi and the rest of the combo did in enabling Lucas, because Lucas, for all of his mechanics, is not the player that will set himself up for success. He kind of needs that team support around him and needs someone to be that brain and tell him, okay, Lucas, now you can go shoot. And so we did watch him on Scatter for a little while, right? And he had some individually very brilliant moments, but he wasn't the same, you know what I mean? And maybe we're gonna get the old Lucas tonight. I've heard some rumors. I heard some people talking. We did a podcast earlier last week, Essential Intelligence, where we had some players on there sort of bigging up the fact that Lucas might be a big back, and if he is back, that's a bit scary for Europe.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely terrifying. I've also heard some Scrimbucks rumors and seen some stat lines on logs that are absolutely disgusting. So I'm really excited to see just what Lucas is going to be able to do on this. Obviously, with the rest of the team in tow and improved from where they were at when they were playing with each other originally, it is an absolutely terrifying roster. But sitting over on the other side, we do have Forfence, and this team has looked really strong overall. Really loved how they were able to play last season and showed us a absolutely brilliant form to take it out over Mandem. I'm always looking towards, again, a pretty solid scout in Nevo. I'm interested to see how he's going to match up against Thomas this season.
Yeah, this is traditionally not a very Nevo favorite matchup. As Nevo is very good, I think Thomas is a player that is just of a different caliber to basically anyone else in Europe, in my opinion. And if he's playing anywhere remotely near his sort of top level, I really don't know how contested this match up will be necessarily. We'll have to see how the Frenchies match up. And this is from my perspective, this is a very good litmus test overall of how both Witness and sort of the rest of Top Prem are shaking up, because people are talking it up to be, this is a season where this is a battle for second place, and it's a really close battle for second place, with like 4 or 5 teams potentially contesting for it. But with a Witness that should come out on top, but they haven't played together for a while, right, Rook? This is their first official in like a little under a year, playing together as a squad, and with new players coming into it as well, might just be seeing some growing pains. We saw it last time this team took a break and then came back from week 1 official against Mandem. They ended up losing both maps, so we'll have to see if the Frenchies historically can continue the trend, but we're live.
That we are, and kicking things off on Bagel, just so people are aware as well. Second map is Granary. It'll be interesting to see the focus on the scout and the demo, as opposed to the soldiers over on Granary. So keep an eye, as we said, on Lucas and on Deli, and obviously on those scouts as well. So definitely looking forward to seeing just how aggressive we're going to get these guys. As Thomas was already walking over point, was sent back.
This is a map that has now recently been turned into a bit more of a passive map, where you sit with your combo behind the point and you tank your demo and your scout and leave them to do all the work. Bit of a soldier fight happening there on the flank, and it's just papi trading across there with the dmoule and Ixie finding that kill now. That's the flank for both sides. You can see again, it is just Lucas and Thomas who have managed to sort of get a bit of high ground, but it's a lot of damage there onto mulaa. Doesn't quite have the Uber, now gets it. Auto as well. Points are traded back and forth. I think this is the way the Bagel is going to shape up a little bit to be. We're going to tank our demo, we're going to tank our scout, wait for them to hit some pipes. Wait for them to hit some shots. If the flank happens, that's good, and that's a really nice start to Nevo.
Yeah, good damage. Takes down that main scout, and again, led forward by all of this. And it's actually the soldier with papi finding 2 so far. It's a nice place to find themselves. You can see that Deli really wants to try and cut them off somewhat, but it's just not happening. Cubby tries to step up over on the left here. He does have that Uber. They are looking like they're going to maybe exchange here, but they don't commit towards it. And mulaa is actually kind of open. Doesn't quite go down, has taken a lot of damage, but under no threat at the very moment, as again pushing forward on, does get the force, but that's going to be fine. It's going to be a trade, and that's not really a problem for Witness here.
But they did lose their demo man super before that fight even started. There's a really nice pipe there coming out from Deli now. Have to regroup a bit passively because they don't have that health. Instead, it's Ixie going really far forward to a lot of French health bars, and he's doing so much damage as well. Look at mulaa now, flanked from behind. Is Ixie drawing everyone back? Their health is 0, but they manage to just get out alive. mulaa has dropped down so low so many times. I think we're just going to keep re-aggressing here, as Deli does eat a lot of damage here as well.
Wow, I'm loving the aggression here from Witness, but with right house and left house completely given up in the scenario, they do start to contest left here. Could be a bit of a problem. papi tries to reinforce, as they will be able to get that cap in just a second. He's being contested, Nevo not letting it go through, but look at that damage. Thomas just chases them off, and this is a big important part, is if you can take damage onto that flank scout, sorry, that pocket scout, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah, now even Uber's just sitting up on this point, both teams spamming back and forth. The health ever so slightly in favor, but it's the flank booming on the side of Forfence now. Instead it's papi. Lucas just hits a pipe out of nowhere. That's a medic dropping for mulaa. Have to send in the soldiers, but Hugo denies it so beautifully. Deli not finding pipes either, and this is now Witness looking to take a sizable advantage here.
Obviously, we put a lot of focus over on Thomas, but as a duo, Thomas and Ixie are brilliant. Ixie knows where to be, the right place at the right time, and pulls back into the combo there, defends the rest of the team. Exactly what the Witness needed, and now they're forward holding. They're in a much more confident position and should be much more difficult. Pyro comes out to try and break through. Rougeman dives on in, but does not manage to kill the med. Auto makes it out. House Uber still has not used it. Will keep Thomas alive, but that's a sticky arm from Deli. However, they will not be able to catch the main point, most likely here, as Ixie forces them away, and you can see Lucas and Thomas on the flank, pushing through. That is both medics going down, I believe.
We're setting this up to be a very Thomas and Lucas-centered map. But this is the thing about Witness. You also cannot forget about Ixie.
For sure.
Because he is destroying the flank. It is so hard for Forfence to play when they're constantly a player down. Ixie doing such a good job finding these picks, opening the back door up for them, and it is giving Witness this massive advantage. They're now just a minute left, and this is Hugo just bombing in for another frag. Yeah,
and look at that, Ixie applying the pressure on the side, making sure Nevo can't do too much in terms of getting aggressive. That is really... I'm surprised they can still contest things in quite the way, but they do manage to keep it alive. I can't believe Auto went down there. What a great sticky.
Yeah, that's really, really good for Forfence. Now, massive advantage here, 80% on the side of mulaa, and they can just sit back up on point, 1 minute 30 for them. It's not the end of the world, only about 38 seconds for Witness, and they're going to sort of start re-aggressing again. But now it's a matter of pressure cooking forwards, right? But that's just Thomas dead, but mulaa solo just has the pop instant.
Yeah, they do get the force that they needed so sorely there. And Auto will be going up to 40. We'll be able to at least get some of that over here. He's still alive and still chill. Is building with Ixie. Importantly, that's what they were looking for. They were looking for the force and to go from here. So they're going to reset. Let's see if they can get this push through.
Looking for the moment with a bit of a Thomas sniper. Just trying to see if he can find anything peeking out, but he's just going to run back onto the scout. This is a very big forward hold here. Also, crucially, is getting the Uber about now. You really don't want to pop this through. You can see them grouping up. It's just Lucas trying to find some kind of a pot shot, some kind of early damage. And there we go, the kill to dmoule.
Again, it's Luca managed to find the kill there with an absolutely brilliant playthrough, catching some of those players off guard. And from here, they should just be able to roll it. They've got the Uber ad, they can cap the point. There is someone trying to contest. Brugman jumps into the back line. You see, there is the force, but they try and use it as much as they can. They want to get Nevo here. They want to get more. They want to get everything they can. Look how impressive Thomas is going. And it just doesn't happen. A bull troop from Nevo here as they manage to keep their med alive. Sure, they fall, but there's still a chance in this for forfeits.
This is mulaa managing to stay alive despite Witness coming in with like a battering ram into that combo. Thomas ends up losing the 1v1 versus the scout, and so now it's a massive advantage here for forfeits, looking to pressure across. Getting the kill onto papi as well means that dmoule has a free angle here onto Lucas. A lot of damage dealt, but he just doesn't go down. Finally now, at how the trades can just come right in. This is Frenchie's recapturing the point at the nick of time. 30 seconds to hold on.
Yeah, you can see that they really want to get Auto to this Uber as quickly as they darn well possibly can. But Ixie's going to go down here. The timer is ticking away. They don't have a lot to work with. Player going through on the left-hand side in Hugo really wants to look for a chance to contest this point, to buy them space, buy them some time. As Hugo goes deep and the other soldier jumps on in. papi will go down. They lost out on Lucas Stank. It's all falling apart. There's not even the Uber. What a disaster for Witness Gaming EU.
Looks so good, but then in the end it falls apart at the seams, sending in, trying to get that early force onto mulaa before they go in and take a fight of their own. But unfortunately, you just end up losing 4 players there. Ixie, Auto, nowhere near. And that's Frenchies going up 1 round so far, holding on to that Premiership success. As they kind of show up Witness a little bit. They were getting manhandled at the beginning of that round, but they managed to come back in the end with some superior map play towards the end, and now Witness down 1 round in your first map back.
I have to say a lot of credit to the explosive classes on the side of forfeits to actually find those picks to get the kill onto Auto and to set up everything else that was going on here. So massive kudos to them as they're getting aggressive again. This time, Ixie is not able to have that success we saw earlier on.
It's mulaa just eating a pipe there from Lucas. Another one onto Deli means they have to play so passively, but it opens the door for Brugman to come in. Both soldiers combined with a scout as well. Now Auto falls. It's a lot of cleanup kills for Witness, but they just do not have the help to go in and go forward. It's just one Lucas sitting on point. What can you do now? No medic. mulaa has an Uber, and he can just stay on this point. Frenchies have control of this. This is completely fine for them for now. So you can just sit back, wait for your spawners to come up. Witness are going to go forwards, try to test, get this force out of you. But you have time to let them come to you now. With a round up on the board, they're looking really good. They can just pop the Uber straight in.
Yeah, they are going for it. They're really trying to catch Auto here, and, well, they will, naturally. The Uber goes through. They've got an advantage here. They take down all these players. They don't even see the point. This is forfeits looking to really box Witness Gaming out.
Yeah, Ixie with a nice little play there onto the flank, onto dmoule, but it's just no one near able to really capitalize off of that. Instead of Lucas, super low on this flank, somehow barely surviving, just on 4 HP there. It's a spam not quite enough. Auto can now bow him up. But despite all of this, right, it's still advantage for mulaa, still about 30% in favor of him. Witness are back. They are going to try to wrest control at this point. But so far, it feels like despite the early pipes out of Lucas, it's really Witness coming pinned down, not quite managing to find the kills. There's a trade across, and this is now a pipe onto Deli.
Yeah, they really wanted to try and catch mulaa there, but couldn't manage to do it. So there will still be that about 20% add here. It could be a big opportunity for them to push on through. They are looking at it, and mulaa, I think, is moving forward. And I think very sensibly, Witness, they have to back up here. They understand that there is an Uber coming towards them and that Thomas could just get picked apart like that. However, they catch the scout right before. Auto gets it in time, and now it's an Uber coming through on the opposing side. Witness looking for their chance. They do not miss that strike. They take down mulaa and they retreat. They keep Auto alive. This advantage is now theirs.
Ixie is absolutely bullying them there. Beautiful serve by Auto to stay alive, just barely getting Uber out in time. But just in the cleanup, Ixie is so nice! A nice little shot from Nevo as well, coming out of the spawn. Papi taken down. This is a pick advantage you can work with here if you are full fence.
Indeed it is. Full fence. Already got Bruggeman in position. Looking to try and get that flank a little bit more solved here with some backup from QB as they jump on in to take control of the point early on here. They really want to get that round timer going as Thomas gets aggressive again, really wants to put that pressure, really has it in for their opposite number in Nevo here. As QB jumps in to cause a little bit of mayhem themselves. You can see the soldiers are rocketing through, and with that, Auto has also fallen. Again, another slip up from Witness here.
Bruggeman is flushing them on the flank there. It's such a nice bomb from him as well, just straight onto Auto. No one looking anywhere near him. Follow-up little rocket onto Thomas as well, and this is... It's not a great comeback here for Thomas to start off with. Ixie really pulling a lot of work, but that is just a super nice Bruggeman play there, getting that massive advantage for mulaa. And now I think the Frenchies, they might just be looking to send this in again.
I think they absolutely are. They understand what's their chance, and with Ixie gone, it's another player out of the ability to defend Auto in this spot. They have the Uber, it did get used. It's not going to lead to all too much, but they are absolutely jamming themselves in there to try and find some damage, but don't quite take down the all-important Auto here, and they are fended off for now.
Yeah, but this is now a pretty dangerous spot to hold here in lobby. You really want to try and move yourself out of this position if you want Auto. Now you're stuck into a corner, and this is making him such an easy target for Frenchies. And when you're not invincible, that's such a difficult point to push. Instead, Lucas, Auto both fall. Trading both soldiers, if you're full fence, you absolutely take that trade.
Yeah.
They're up in time, and they're up in Uber as well.
Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant for them. mulaa manages to stay alive because the pressure just isn't there in the same way that full fence are really put out right now. Witness just cannot manage to get this fight going. Thomas cannot be the one to really start things, cannot be the one to apply that pressure in the same way over here on things, but they will go forward. It is Papi who finds two again so beautifully on the soldier.
The alley-oop there from his soldier partner, and Hugo comes in, sends mulaa up. Papi follows up so nicely, but Hugo doesn't quite find that rocket, and now the advantage swings right back in Witness's favor. Absolutely just polar opposite of what we saw last round. Now instead, it's Witness with a minute left, 30 seconds only for the Frenchies. They're barreling right across. They want to get this pop in, but this is Thomas falling early in the fight.
Yeah, they just cannot get that one through. Auto quite far forward right now, has to be worried about those stickies. His damage does come through, 62 HP. But you can see that the shots as Nevo goes aggressive, gets the force, exactly what they damn well needed. 15 seconds on the clock for the French side. And they do lose a couple of players, but they managed to take out Lucas Tank as well. I don't think there's going to be a cap coming through here.
I mean, they don't have a medic, right? Lucas just finds some miracle pipes across the map onto mulaa rather, and that allows enough health on the side of full fence to just not be there. Instead, now Witness, they wrest control of this point with a singular second left for the Frenchies to try and claim to get this round number 2. It's only 40 seconds here for Witness. They can hold on. They have a bit of an advantage, but they've been losing these players in these even Uber situations here on mid. They haven't been winning these fights on the flank. It's been the bombs from the French soldiers coming out on top. Now Hugo looking to go for something, and it's QB falling as well early on, and this is looking much better for Witness.
Thomas falls, which means the first line of defense now comes to Ixie here as they get aggressive, half health, continuing to get forward. Keep an eye on that because Auto doesn't go down even with that soldier jumping in and seemingly uncontested. Does have the Uber. mulaa, I don't think he's going to be able to get it in time.
They have to go with 7 seconds here for Witness. You cannot stay back much more. If you are French, you just don't get the time to build up this Uber on your own. You have to go forward to have a little bit of cap time. But the Uber just popped on the point for now, blocking them getting off of this. Instead, QB, the first one to fall, but Uber fades now. Nevo, 1 HP in the sky, but it's nearly cleaned up by the soldiers as well. Everyone falls for the French side, just dmoule trying to clean up, and that's Witness responding, barely coming out on top.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm shocked that Witness managed to survive through that one. With how low Auto was in that last fight, after the Uber had kind of found, yes, a little bit, but not everything, I felt like it was a chance for Fence to strike right back, but massive kudos to Ixie here for being absolutely on point on the flank.
Yeah, dude, this guy's playing such a good game. But also, I think we're pressing tab. I think we're forgetting about a French guy on the other side. Nevo,
Yep.
I was talking him down in the pregame, but this guy's going absolutely ham as well. Have to see what he can do this time on mid, because we are right back to it. And so far, it's Thomas. He takes so much damage again.
Yeah, no, I think sensibly, Nevo is actually playing a little bit more passive, getting a little bit more of that beam when the pressure comes, and not running over the point so much, and I think it's doing wonders for their team right now.
So far, we're just allowing Lucas to go forward. That damage, absolutely disgusting. And that's no demo man up for the side of Fence now. Instead, they have to play purely off of their scouts. dmoule not quite finding a 1v1 against Ixie on the flank. And so now Witness, they can just sit back. It's so much space for Lucas here, who can sit on this point uncontested.
Yeah, no, taking down Thomas and here does fall, and the Uber trade will come through, but you can see Nevo's looking for a chance to maybe catch someone, but they know they're going to time out. They know that those sticks could be a real problem for them, and with the point captured, they should be playing a little bit more passive here. They should be able to deny with the power of Devil.
It's Thomas just consistently not winning the 1v1s against Nevo. Both of them beam. Nevo comes in, just absolutely Chad two-shots him. Instead now on the flank, and once again, Hugo falls to Brudgeman. Does just sit back for now, reload, and he might just be able to just contest from above. Thomas getting a bit aggressive, but that rocket is so nice onto him. He has to pop back here.
Yeah, I really thought he might have gone down to that, but with a jump into the air, actually doesn't go down. Instead, it's papi who falls, and that is a sign that Witness, they need to try and contest this one way or another. With the soldier behind him, Brugman, that is another takedown onto the med, and Auto just isn't finding the support they need to keep alive.
But the bombs from Brugman as well, so nicely timed. When the rest of the Witness team is preoccupied dealing with the rest of his team going forward, he just finds the perfect flank angle every time. He sends up Auto, which initially not always the best idea if you're trying to get a medic kill, but he just waits so patiently, doesn't ever try for the air shot. Instead just waits for him to land on the ground. Now he doesn't get those.
No, Hugo goes down, but manages to at least trade out here. Nevo down, that's a big opportunity. The Uber is popped, and that will be both Luca and papi getting taken down by the combo there. So not all too bad, but keep an eye on who's behind. You know, I couldn't tell you who's the pocket scout and who's the flank scout at this moment.
Yeah, dude, Thomas is just kind of playing with his food at the moment, completely uncontested here. I wonder how long it'll take him to activate his play. Right now, his team has about 25% advantage, but they're just taking the fight already on mid. He can come in now, but Nevo just spawns behind him. He wants to go on onto mulaa, but he doesn't find the damage. And now you're a player down his shooter, skipping in onto mulaa. The follow-up as well.
Oh my god, the coordination from Witness is still there. They go for that bomb, they take down mulaa, but now they're going to have to be a hasty retreat or they'll lose Auto again. It's so much down to the fact that Fence have been on point with their soldiers this series so far.
Yeah, it's also just that both medics now at this point is having such a difficult time surviving at any point. No one gets an Uber. If we're just going to keep sacking in for the enemy team, that bomb coordination from Witness was incredibly beautiful to watch. Get that kill onto mulaa, but the return kill onto Auto equally nice from the French side as well. And now they're in a terrible position here. The pipes of Lucas just free onto Nevo. Lacking your scout there, you cannot push in forward here at all. Look at their health.
Yeah, you can see that Hugo's taken a decent few shots and will have to back off here. But a lot of damage being done, and I love the fact that Lucas is going so aggressive in a lot of these spots and getting away with it too. Thomas gets clipped there. Man, that's brutal. And again, puts Witness Gaming on the back foot. Let's see if they can hold strong, or, well, with so little health on so many of these players, I don't think they're going to be able to find anything of this sort. Auto steps forward, dangerously so here, but they are continuing to contest.
They're contesting for now, Brudgeman's dropping super low, but no Demo Man means that it's Ixie and now Thomas who have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, managing to keep the point stable for now. Both teams with the Uber charge as well. We're just waiting for the trade to come out right now.
Yeah, they try and catch a player in the back line, but there is a flash ready for Delhi here. And Thomas continues to go aggressive. It does actually find him, but will fall for it. They must feel confident that that trade is good here, because they can rely on Ixie to provide that support in lieu of Thomas here. Nevo tries to contest on point, gets well, dispatched. Doesn't go down, but does get sent back. Instead, it's Lucas who goes down as Bruchman again lands a beautiful one, but does trade out Ixie. He's far too low to be contesting that one, though. And Auto saved by Thomas like the bell. But Thomas does fall. The time is still ticking away, and 4Fence have it in hand.
He has the solo here. Papi doesn't have a choice, has to win the 1v4, but he bombs away from his medic. There's no one popping the point anymore, just Lucas instead on the solo mission, keeping it up just barely for the rest of his team. But look at dmoule now. He has a bit of a flank Brudgeman on the other side. You can pick them apart if you're the French side instead, but it's dmoule falling. 1 minute 30 for Witness, rather. This is not over at any point in time unless the Frenchies manage to capture this point, and Witness, they're really on the back foot now for the rest of the round.
They know until the heavy sings, and you can see that Nevo again looking for a chance to push forward, but there is that Uber trade coming through. So confident, so consistent. That's Witness Gaming EU. They see an opportunity and they take it. If you are not close to your demo when that exchange is coming, he is gone. And they capture that point instantly.
Yeah, the trade just comes out. No one really finding much of anything. Instead, it's papi and dmoule taking the 1v1 on the flank, but dmoule just supreme in that 1v1 in-house there, as now it's just Lucas once again trying to contest as Brudgeman finds his way onto that flank. And look at the sandwich onto Witness. It's so terrifying because the bomb could just come in from Brudgeman, and it is so effective there onto Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas does go down, but Ixie at least steals one of the soldiers in the backline. Thomas is full buff right now, is staying alive, is staying contested. Ixie steps forward, though, and does get separated. That's a great rocket from Bruchman to separate the team and just take the cap that they needed. And 4Fence are in control again.
It just feels like in these post-Ubers, 4Fence outplaying Witness, not grabbing proper positioning, and it's just opening the door. Brudgeman has such an easy time getting in behind onto that combo, getting the kill onto a Lucas or an Auto, or just dealing enough damage to where they can't realistically stay on the point anymore. The rest of the team, because of this, in the backline, untouched. And so now, it's 4Fence up 2-1 on map number 1 of this ETF2L season that's looking oh so close. A matchup we might expect to be Witness favored. It's 4Fence putting them through it right now.
Yeah, putting them through the ringer, saying, hey, you have not got your form back yet. You are not going to be able to just roll us over here. Lucas, I don't know what the hell that one was, buddy, but apparently they're capping the point off of it. However, they are forced off. They do not have that space, and Auto is gone as well, as Witness Gaming EU by a far more than they can chew.
It's just Brudgeman, like clockwork, coming in for the same flank again and again and again, and it's just successful every single time. Witness, they just don't have an answer for this bomb onto Auto when he's sitting so far back, but Brudgeman has such an easy position walking in through that left side house, and just, or right side rather, and just going in absolutely for free. Witness unable to contest means that now they're staring down the barrel of a massive Uber that just comes straight out of mulaa.
Oh, Auto just barely make it out, gets the pack and survives. Cannot say the same again for Lucas, who gets picked off there, and they just can't do anything about it. Though, taking down one of the soldiers, taking down one of the scouts, they do have a respawn advantage because the point is capped, but it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, it's just not that good. They try to sack in, try to get some kind of consolidation prize. Oh my god, as they sack in 4, not quite getting anything at all. So now Uber's kind of stabilized for now. It's a very aggressive soldier there, but just manages to ride that papi rocket all the way out to safety, as the Frenchies can rebuild behind the point. It's slight advantage here for Witness. Might not be the end of the world, because look at where Brudgeman is, uncontested once again, and this is dmoule bombing in straight in onto Auto, who's already down so low, so another counter bomb. The aggression could come in, but the Frenchies not quite committing to it. Instead, Auto gets to live for now, and he's 90, 100%. mulaa just right there with him as well. We're looking to aggress onto the point. We're not looking to push, surely.
No. 25 HP as well for Auto here. You've got to be very careful in that post. Uber could easily die, so I think very sensible here, not aggressing, but losing papi does mean again that they're going to have to go for something here. They managed to make the flash happen. If they can pick up anything else, they'd be very happy, but they get out. They don't commit too much. They're happy to trade the Uber when they've got the point control and get that clock down. They need that time.
They need the time, and they have to start getting it as well.
Oh.
It is, once again, it's just French favored, but Brudgeman destroys Ixie there. Now Thomas falling as well. It's crumbling. In these sort of 1v1 situations, are we watching Witnesses get outhanded?
Yeah, no, it's actually crazy to see just how well Forfeits are performing right now. They are winning all these fights. They're catching him off guard. Auto goes down again as they cannot contest that. That is just brutal. Yes, we see Witness moving forward. Yes, we see them contesting, but they don't manage to take down mulaa, and that's the important thing here.
Thomas is going around the world right now. He somehow managed to sneak his way in behind, but Nevo spots him. And that means that unfortunately Thomas has to abandon the play. It's such a nice call out. He knows the spawners aren't up in time, so he can just do the ring around the Rosie, but instead, unable to find his mark means that mulaa 100% of the Frenchies just looking to capitalize off of this.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant for the French side right now. Yuba's coming through, the aggression's coming out. They take down 2 players. You can see Ixie and Auto waiting in the wings here. But unfortunately, they might just be exit pursued by a soldier if they aren't careful.
Yeah, this is really scary now. You're down a soldier, the other one respawning with you as well. So Lucas just falls on the flank to QB. Brudgeman finding the kill onto Ixie as well. That means that, yes, it's one consolidation kill onto Brudgeman, but unfortunately not finding much of anything else here. It's just Frenchies keeping control of the point. Now only 25 seconds left, and Forfeits, they're looking to take this, honestly, at this point in 3-1. We haven't seen Witness be able to respond to this map yet, and this is really scary, but losing a demo man, this is a really good start.
Yeah, this is exactly the opportunity they're looking for. Leverage the fact that their scouts are pretty solid. Take them out. Uber Force does come through, but we lose a lot for it. That's perfectly fine by the French side's opinion. They're very happy because mulaa is not that far off of theirs, and with 12 seconds on the clock, that Uber could be all she wrote.
Yeah, this is a chance to just get the killing blow here for the Frenchies, setting this up and low, and you can see how aggressively Witness are playing it. They need to get as much damage down on this team as possible, get this Uber out of mulaa ASAP. The longer he holds it, the closer it gets, the more chance it has to be that decisive play. The minute 30 for Witness to play with to stay in this map, and so far it's a big crunch here on the flank because mulaa pops on no one. They find a singular kill, but this is a bit disastrous here for the Frenchies. This Deli trying to go and try to save it. He hits the disgusting pipe onto X. Oh my god.
But again, Brudgeman jumps into the back line, contests again. Thomas will deal with the other soldier, but that's not bad for them. With the scouts back in play, with the med on the point, they're going to be able to cap this one away. And with 12 seconds on the clock, it's going to have to be pretty short response from Witness Gaming EU. They need to look for a chance here, and their players are just rolling out of spawn right now, and there's 7 seconds on the clock. They're gonna have to jump in, they have to go for the touch, otherwise it's all gonna crumble away here. Ixie prepping for it, prepping for the pressure that they oh so sorely need as Papi moves forward. They're gonna not barely, no, they will get the cap in just a second if they contest and get rid of these players. Very low player on the left hand side comes around behind. Mulaa, can they find it? Yes they can! And that's 4 fence, crushing Witness Gaming. No consolation prize, no nothing, as a map we thought maybe was going to be pretty good for Witness Gaming has not gone their way.
This is traditionally a bit of a Witness Gaming map, but Forfeits showing Witness. If you want to take it to the world, you've got to take it through France first. And so far, just coming out superior. And honestly, really, we're picking up the scouts so much, but this feels like Brudgeman and dmoule
for sure
put them on an absolute clinic, just playing it perfectly. And really Witness, honestly, seemingly just did not have a response to these 2 soldiers bombing in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I actually want to highlight that, just how important that is, because of our next map being Granary. That's going to be particularly brutal. Before we quickly talk about, though, I really do want to highlight Nevo playing that map absolutely brilliantly, understanding what the job of a pocket scout is in that scenario, constantly contesting, constantly being there, making sure they keep alive, defending their med a little better than was on the opposing side, and getting that aggression going. It can be a difficult map to play sometimes as scout. Obviously, we've got the highest level of pocket scouts on this, but you have a lot of jobs that are in your kind of wheelhouse, and Nevo manages them perfectly. And it was a big portion, other than obviously the absolute astounding performance from soldiers as to why they were able to pick up Gully Wash here. And you can see there, right? Brilliant damage coming through, only dying 12 times, providing the support and making sure that mulaa dies 6 times less than we see from Auto.
It's an off game for Thomas, but crucially, it is also Ixie right at the top of that scoreboard. If there's anyone on this team that is online, it is Ixie, and he was absolutely bullying the Frenchies in the beginning. Unfortunately, the rest of his team not quite there for him, but oh my god, did he play super, super well. It is a bit of a change of scenery coming into this next map, right? But I think, yeah, like if you're looking at this, look at the damage. One thing is what Nevo puts out in the classic Pocket Scout gameplay, but look at how much Brudgeman was able to get done as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I think the fact that you're looking at these soldiers, and the thing we were really hyping them up for is obviously those plays onto the medic and getting those kills, but they weren't any slouch in any other way either. That damage being so high is really, really key to why Thomas was not able to have that success, right? You load that damage onto the Pocket Scout, you tell him, get the hell off the point, man! You can't be there! Having control over those flanks and shutting down the combo from the side of Witness Gaming is exactly what was so important about how those soldiers played for full fence.
Yeah, this is how Bagel's turning out to be played, right? Ultimately, it's instead of the super fast pace that we're used to seeing of product, right, where you're trading backwards and forwards all the time, people dying, now instead it's become a bit slower, right? Where you're sort of sitting up each combo behind the point, and you're just sitting there waiting for someone to find a bit of an angle you can push off of, some kind of flank from your soldiers to come in. And ultimately, it was just dmoule, Brudgeman on those flanks, getting the better of Witness. It's a bit hard now for Witness, right? Like on that map number 1, it is a map where traditionally, like, Witness have traditionally just won Bagel by default in Europe, right? Just because they have been the superiorly coordinated team, playing around themselves so much better than anyone else in Europe is able to. But now it feels like there's not only are they getting sort of maybe out mechanicked in a certain set, but they're also getting out coordinated. The synergy between dmoule and Brudgeman looked a lot better than the synergy out of Papi and Hugo.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see. Big fan of this combo together. Sorry, of those two soldiers together, and they were absolutely wonderful last season. And I'm so glad that they're able to do it against Witness Gaming here. I again want to highlight just how impactful that's going to be here on Granary. Especially this mid is really going to be decided by those soldiers and just how well those early bombs go, or fades, or however they decide to take it. It's really going to be decided upon them and their coordination. So I'm looking towards seeing how that's going to work out. I am also thinking, hey, perhaps the changes to the way that Bagel is played has not favored, or Witness Gaming have not updated themselves to kind of be able to do that. I'm interested to see if this map is going to be any different, and if they feel a little bit more comfortable here as well, as a kind of a counterpoint to the soldier dominance.
This is supposed to be the Witness map over any Witness maps. This is Thomas's home turf. He had a bit of a quiet map 1, but if there is a single map that Thomas is comfortable on, it is the self-proclaimed Granary expert on Granary. Papi as well, I know, loves to play this map. Lucas at Dortmund absolutely molested every other demo man who played against him on Granary as well. I'm super interested to see if there's a map now that should favor this Witness team. It really should be Granary here. But something I think that is quite interesting, and I'm kind of looking at these logs a little bit, this is a Thomas that might not quite be as heel heavy as he used to be, right? And this is the thing. Old Witness had dmoule on demo, who isn't as intensive of combo player as Lucas. And so that gives Thomas a lot more free reign to get more of the heals and be more of a combo-centric scout. Lucas, on the other hand, is a bit more of a combo player. And so it might just be a bit of the combo maybe having some teething pains and some adjustment time in trying to figure out the new dynamics. It's an old dynamic, but you have to sort of refine that balance.
For sure. No, absolutely. Even if it's, trying to learn those old tricks again, it does take some time to slip back into it. They have been scrimming more recently, but it's still not been very long since this team's kind of come back together, had a lot of time together, and I'm interested to see how it's going to go for them. I hope that they have... they have a lot to prove. Simply put, I'm really looking forward to seeing this Witness Gaming be good. Mainly, more than anything, for obviously their performance over in America. I hope it's going to be good. I got to see them crush the Americans. But as you said, they got to deal with the French first, and well, they were struggling in that first map.
This is now Frenchies looking to take the shock upset. Week number 1. There's a time to strike while the iron is hot. It is now, right? Witness looking vulnerable in map number 1. Bagel falling in the hands of the full fence favor. Take that map 3-1. We're now on to map number 2. This is week number 1 of ETF2L Winter Season 2025 here. We're back on middle. We're back on mid. The Devilmans are spamming out. No one's really having much favor quite yet. This is 2 players sitting on higher ground. papi gets spammed down.
dmoule just playing that spam game right now, not applying that pressure, but WC of Fate, no, actually he dive in to try and take down Deli. They lose Hugo, but a lot of loss of health, but it's Thomas who falls first yet again. Ixie consolidates to the combo and does manage to defend for now, but they lose everything else.
Crucially, it is also trying to get out with his life. So far, so good, but it is just the early positioning super good. They commit a lot of players to the bomb, but then the flank from QB and dmoule comes in, deals so much damage. QB cleaning up 2 with a follow-up bomb from the rest of his team, but unable to find anything further. It is just Forfence taking that mid-fight, ultimately pretty dominantly in a certain sense, right? It is even Ubers, we are on last. That means that Thomas will be on the sniper. We should be looking at some kind of a sack here for Forfence. As Granary can be a bit of a slower map, right? You see the gun being built by Ixie as well. This sniper from Thomas, it has to find some kind of an offensive peeker. It's a soldier bombing up top here. I think they're looking to send in some sacks.
There they come. They will actually be able to take down Lucas. This is absolutely brilliant. They can get in here. This would be huge for them. Ixie is so low, does go down, and those shots are just not landing. Thomas not managing to make it happen.
The soldier
already moving forward. They take down the gun, and you could just see Kirby just going absolutely for it, knowing that they have to hold it. Hugo retreats here. Aggression from Deli. It's going to be Rojman to get the force, but while that was happening, Nevo just stepped on the point, found it for their team, and Forfence off the back of a demo pick. They know what they're looking for.
It's so well played by the Frenchies there. Going in, getting that kill early on onto Lucas, playing a bit far forwards there, and he's just not ready for that aggression now. No Demo Man means that there's not much to hold players back from coming in. It's a random little off-pipe there from Deli, getting that kill onto the gun. Now no gun, no demo means there's no point playing at all. Rest of your team busy holding the doors that the Demo Man can't, and that means that now we're on middle very, very fast. This is just a French map, all-round victory rather, starting off well on map number 2.
Yeah, they were trying to bail themselves out, but with a bucket with a hole in it, it just weren't happening. Papi under pressure here. dmoule comes in at a good timing, loving the fact that they're playing back on the right here, playing that spam game more than anything, waiting for an opportunity to strike, and I'm loving this opportunistic side of Forfence right now as they play the mid slow as anything. We saw a lot of aggression from them in the last. This time, they know they don't need to push forward. Evo forced off here as Papi goes high, baits away, but it's going to be Hugo getting the shot in. That's 2 down. That's the opportunity Witness Gaming need, and instantly they spring into action, take 2 more, and mulaa is running desperately away. Ixie keeps alive, and Papi tries it, but doesn't quite make it happen. The Uber used to try and get as much space as they darn well possibly can, and I don't think that Forfeit saw that Uber usage.
They definitely did. It was a soldier bombing in, getting that force onto auto. And that means that, yes, Witness are taking control of second, but they have to play this on a knife's edge. You could see all of these blue players surging forwards. Witness trying to corral this Uber out of mulaa and leave as fast as possible. Papi taking the 1v1 with dmoule there on the flank as well. But that's just Lucas dropping down. Uber popped. And now the rest of Witness, they have to leave with as many players alive as they can. Because the Frenchies give them a bit more of an advantage. They already have a demo pick. They can surge back onto middle, should they please, and they're looking to do right through choke.
Yeah, Witness looking to get the roll that was happened to them, but they just can't make it happen. Brugman again shutting down that left-hand side, meaning the combo is completely stuck there. Is chased back, and Deli is quite far forward here. Thomas gonna get the kill. And that's a nice opportunity for Witness Gaming here, as they actually do manage to shove Forfeit's back to second.
dmoule on the back flank there, and
oh my god,
wins the 1v2, gets in behind, and now manages to find himself a bit of a pack. It's not up, which means that Ixie could just come in and clean him up. Sometimes there's no justice in this world, unfortunately. So dmoule takes the 1v2, but unfortunately not able to get much more than that. This is still an Uber in favor of Auto with a player down. No soldiers really to speak of. Make this push so much harder for Witness than it needs to be. So now Ubers are equalized. Witness unable to take control of that second. They are waiting patiently for these soldiers to get back. It's time for them to pressure cook. Traditionally, something Witness is extraordinarily good at is squeezing water from stone in these positions when it's even Uber in a choke point like this. No one else in Europe has played these positions as well as they have.
So, with the pressure that's on them right now, it might have to be a blood from a stone instead. Already seeing Lucas trying to contest Deli as they step up here. making sure they have that full buff as they prep for that play onto the flank here. We try to see quite how that's going to line up as Hugo, with that full buff, is going to start to make their moves, start to look for their opportunity, perhaps be a great distraction for their team right now as Thomas is in position, ready to move forward as soon as it happens, but Hugo can't quite find it just yet. They take down Brugman. That's a nice pick to be able to find. Does mean that threat is a little lessened here. They can't quite go for it yet. They're going to try and edge the point as, again, that spam comes on through. There's the Uber usage. They do get the trade here. And they will be trying to go for that cap as the sticks go down. The soldiers jump up as Papi is behind. Fan cannot find anything under dmoule as the support from Nevo is there. They look to contest, but they do see second, importantly, here.
Oh.
And Deli doesn't get caught, but mulaa does! And Deli goes down anyway. What a brutal finish to this round, as it seems like Lucas has absolutely made much from the stone, because that was magical.
Yeah, there we go. A bit of the fireworks we're so used to seeing from this guy, and they just managed to find it right. The trade, it looks initially good. They get the early kill into Papi as well for Frenchies, but then it's just above. So many kills coming in. Thomas activates for a bit of a two-shot onto one of the scouts as well, and then Lucas just finds all three to finish off that round. Beautiful pipes out of him, and that's Witness. Maybe, potentially, hopefully, for us, for the viewers at home, maybe not so much for the Frenchies, waking up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see the Witness Gaming showing opportunities like that, that glimmer of the excellence that we've seen and expect from them. Let's hope we can see some more. Well, not if you're a full fence fan, obviously, but Papi goes deep, tries to get behind, is cut away here, but the pressure continues. You go too low as they squander those soldiers, unfortunately. They get good positioning, but can they keep them hold up here? Deli is low, but look at that pressure coming through. QB was on the flank and knew exactly what to do.
This is just such a tragic bomb in from both of the Witness soldiers. Papi goes in, but unfortunately ends up in a situation where he has one choice, and that's to hit an upwards direct air shot onto a scout. Fortunately, doesn't hit it. Hugo, not much better either. Instead, now, it's Ixie just bossing in on Deli and gets that frag. Lucas as well. They're finding kills out of nothing. mulaa does not want to pop this, but now you're down 2 players. Witness, from nothing, find 3.
My God. You know, you were saying earlier, oh, the Frenchies, they're hand-sniffing Witness Gaming. Hand-sniffing my art. This is Witness Gaming showing the kind of form we expect from them. Just winning these fights out and trying to just take an inch. Sorry, well, no, take a mile when they're given an inch. Absolutely brilliant aggression to see from them. And they're happy to just consolidate on mid otherwise. This is not a problem for them. They can contest out. Look at this, however. mulaa tries to push forward with their players, but the combo cannot quite get that space as Ixie is forced back. Lucas Stank takes a lot of damage. Unfortunately, doesn't go down just yet. Those shots will land, but not quite finish them off as those sticks go a little wide. Spam comes through to try and keep them back here as Thomas steps forward, steps more aggressively. Definitely playing more off the chain here, but the chain comes through. They're going to be able to make that force come through in the trade, and will force them back into second, importantly, consolidating the space.
It's just health bars for both sides, playing it so well on the height, but it's ultimately Witness. Superior spam coming across. They manage to keep their positioning on that high ground, and it sends Forfend out of middle onto second instead. It's not over yet, because we still need to somehow get some kind of advantage. It is Papi with the bomb straight in, just has to circle it right back out, and he manages to just barely escape with his life. Nevo and able to find that frag. But it's the star players coming alive. It's just complete firepower, right, for Witness coming in and keeping themselves in these rounds.
Yeah. Good spam does mean that Thomas barely doesn't go down here, but Papi is in a very dire strait right now, unfortunately. Likely will go down, but is actually being kept alive by those darts. That single stick keeping them at bay, but Papi does fall eventually. That took quite some time. However, Witness now have to be worried. There's a chance for them to lose this. I don't think we're going to see the pushes. We do see those soldiers quite far back, but I mean, full fence have been pretty opportunistic so far themselves.
Not really looking like they're wanting to go for anything quite yet. This is a very difficult mid to get a flank off successfully. At least an unseen flank, right? It might be a bit of an opportunity for Brugman and choke there, but just takes the fight. With the scout instead, it is Hugo and Ixie sitting in ramp room as well, just spamming across, and I think we're resetting right back the situation we were in before as Papi bombs through choke once again.
Jumps up high, starts to go, looks for a chance, but decides to commit towards a soldier and maybe towards an escape, but it's just no dice. Again, we're going back to holding out on this mid. Witness Gaming Very happy to play chill. Very happy to play slow here. They don't have to commit towards anything. And full fence, with it being 1-1, they're not really under any pressure right now either. But Hugo goes deep, goes on, and takes down mulaa. I cannot believe he finds that. What a beautiful air shot to get. And Witness Gaming U, they find their opportunity here as they start to march forward.
That is a disgusting rocket from Hugo. Opens the door forcibly, slams that thing open, burst it through, maybe didn't even use the doorknob at all. Instead, now they're just on to second. This is a Hail Mary sniper now from Nevo to try and keep his team in this round, because now Witness have a commanding advantage. QB has been up on the engineer for just a little bit. The sentry gun does have time to be built, but this is now Witness. They have a massive advantage off of the hero play from Hugo to try and take this up one round.
Man, oh man, oh man, I cannot believe they found that. The Uber is going out. They're trying to find that opportunity. Grudgeman tries to jump into the back to provide some support, provide some space, but the cap is going through, just barely doesn't get it. An opportunity they are looking for, but you see the Frenchies swarm the point, and they swarm auto too. They go right back to second with everybody dead, and Witness Gaming cannot hold out there, cannot hold that point to cap it. And full fence, they strike right back.
They commit so much early damage in onto the spawn doors of the Frenchies, but they're just unable to find any kills. And that means that they commit all of their high ground to it as well. They have no positioning to play off whatsoever. That allows Deli to come in and just absolutely spam all of them off that point. Now they all fall. It's mulaa dropping down quite low. They're circling him like a shark here. Is papi going in? Thomas in as well. They do manage to find both kills, but that is a force that you are very happy to take if you're Witness.
Yeah, they're happy to give up the second as well. They don't want to muck around. They know their players are coming up. They've got 8 seconds to wait and really don't want to lose anything between now and then, as dmoule and Nevo is going so aggressive here. They will actually take Hugo down, but can they get much more? With Nevo down and mulaa out in the open, they are contesting this last as much as they don't want to. Lucas done quite good damage. mulaa goes down, so does Deli. And they knew they had to go for something, some kind of gambit here to make that happen with the Uber disad, but full fence, they fail, they flounder.
It's back-to-back failed last Ubers, resulting in a wipe here. This side, for the Frenchies, they are opting for a Nevo sniper in forward spawn. Just has a soldier there to call for him. Just charging up that shot, but look at Lucas. Sticky's already up, ready to go, and now also playing around that corner. Nevo will not be able to find much of anything there. Instead, he's just going to back spawn. Come back up on last, as the Frenchies have time to set up this last hold. They are even sitting on second. It's a heavy and forward spawn out of QB. Need to see if that does anything. 60% here for mulaa, who is just back onto the point. The soldiers bombing the forwards. Witness taking their time, taking the space.
Yeah, Thomas is up and aggressive though, knowing that they have that support. They're going to put a player into the top here to try and contest. They're actually going completely around QB, unfortunately for them. They actually take down 2, but Hugo does fall. There is still the demo alive, and that's integral for this last point.
Yeah, it's 2 soldiers down, which means that Witness have some kind of an opportunity for a bit of a push in to try and get the force onto mulaa. But you can see how aware the Deli is of this opportunity, right? Just sticking that door, both of them instantly, because you know for a fact that papi and Hugo will be smelling a bit of blood there, potentially. Because they are sitting on a bit of an Uber disadvantage here. Very risky push out for all the Frenchies, but no off-classes really to speak of so far, as it is just one heavy up on QB. This signals very specifically they're waiting for some kind of a sack in for Witness so they can push off of an pick advantage. Instead, though, Witness just sitting back, resting on their laurels. 80% for them as well. Now you've spent a lot of time not committing to a sentry gun. That allows Witness to bomb in. dmoule shuts down Hugo completely. It's a kill onto Ixie as well. Now you have 2 frags, but no longer an Uber advantage to work with.
Deli trying to scope out the second point, but they decide it's not worth doing. Sticky up again. Set up for this last. The sentry this time is being built before fence. And as a result, it will likely just be, again, looking for a sack of some description. Lucas goes in for it. I'm loving it, but mulaa was in spawn. It was not happening.
I mean, it's a classic Lucas play to send it in there. He loves doing that sack in on Granary last, and ultimately, this is also a loss that you can hold without a demo man. Somewhat realistically, soldiers up on that high ground. You can see papi playing there with Hugo. So powerful, making sure that no one gets through any of those doors while Lucas respawns and comes right back. And as a demo's sort of ability to project himself a bit further than a soldier might be able to, right? That sentry gun on that point makes it really difficult for any sort of soldier sack in to sort of stick in the same way that a demo man just kind of launch himself into the face of your medic. Might be looking for a round number 2. It's Ixie up on the sniper this time.
Oh, 150, but doesn't get the kill. There is a sniper on their opposite number. Nevo looking for a chance to try and contest this here. Does have that buff, but he's not in a great spot. Neither of these snipers in a great position to really find too much here, but mainly because someone's already peeking him, right?
Yeah, for the moment, just sitting back now, waiting for the sniper. It's Lucas bombing in again, but mulaa is just safe and sound beyond the sentry gun. He's taken quite low. Oh my god!
How on earth does he make this happen? Lucas finds mulaa again. They're going to just lean back. Witness Gaming pull back. They do not commit towards this. They just got Papi, Otto, and Tomas here. They do not need to contest this. Nevo's like looking forward, going, I need to find something, man. Otherwise, it's just not happening. They know what's coming. They know that right now the bell is absolutely tolling for them. They've got to be very careful about how they play this one, and trying to get and pick with Nevo here would be huge.
It's just coming down to the individual players there. No one else gets that pipe onto mulaa. You just straight in here, Roach.
Oh, they take down the sentry instantly. They're looking for a chance to try and find that demo to clear the point if they can. But Ixie on the left-hand side contests, does fight dmoule. They keep those players alive. They've only lost Papi. QB goes down. It's all falling apart. And as you try to contest LE, unfortunately, you're nothing but cold cuts on the counter. And Witness Gaming, they move up to 2-1.
It's off of the individual plays there. Hugo with a really beautiful air shot onto mulaa, sets up push attempt number 1. But it's Lucas that does his teammate one better. He is in for so long, gets sent into the skybox by the sentry gun, but just finds the miracle pipe out of nothing, where there's no opportunity at all for anything. He finds something anyway, and now it's Witness up a round extra on the board here. Still, 12.5 minutes to play for. Frenchies can come right back into it. It starts on this middle. Starts with early damage sent across. Just Brudgeman holding on, but these are early bombs here for Witness.
Oh yeah, they really want to make that happen. Ixie was trying to support, but Tomas gone as well. Otto is picked apart, and well, we might just see full fence roll all the way again. That was really nicely done, but importantly, they did lose their medic.
They lose their medic here, and that means that the push will not have the same oomph it could have had. Don't have the health bar, so push it all the way. Had that medic gone down, or had that medic survived rather, we probably would be looking at a bit of a bin opportunity. We could have set forth a bit of a spawn camp. Instead now, just setting up on second. Deli with some cheeky traps here up top as well, but this is Witness. Maybe not quite as sure what they're dealing with. Looking to contest second. Spot some players just back right out, but this is a very scary situation here to hold on. Even Ubers, but neither team has, and that means both teams are looking just ready and able to push in.
Bridgman goes down, but so does Ixie. Does mean without those scouts, that defense is a little more lacking as QB provides that pressure from behind. Lucas goes to half, but doesn't go down. The rest of the pressure isn't there. dmoule cannot find that pressure above, importantly. There's a good job being done by Papi and also Hugo to really deny that away.
Denying away that sort of flank play. Also the pressure point as well of just the capture point. Now, it is even Ubers. Both teams kind of have stabilized a little bit for the moment. Frenchie's just regrouping outside on yard, looking for the next burst of aggression as Witness looking to do the same. For now, you can see how many players are just stuffed into that corner, and it's Frenchies this time. We're looking to go through Lunchbox. This is 2 soldiers being sent above. Brudgeman, a lot of eyes on him now. Let's just find some rockets here.
Yeah, really want to. You see that the med is there with them as well, just making sure they can get as much pressure out of that as they can. Presumably they've clued up that well, they can definitely see the beam now. They know where they are. Interesting to see if there's any sort of play being made towards that. Really a lot of damage onto some of these players. Cubans have to back off, and they don't commit towards that. They lose dmoule, but it's not going to be a push out on as a result of that.
Maybe a bit of a sack, but it's also such a difficult point to sack from, right, if you're a Witness. You have realistically one shot, then that's drop down, and that just takes too long to set up. Much rather have Hugo just sitting back on that point. So I'm a bit surprised. I think in the old days we might have seen a bit of a banner come out at this point. As we are just sitting back, building up instead. It's 3.5 minutes left on the round timer. So neither team really successfully managing to find much of any kind of a sack. Just setting up as, I mean, it's Lucas sitting back on this point. So much free reign, but is Brudgeman in on Zed? Just needs some spam. Has the back out and drops down so low there.
A lot of damage. Ixie goes down. Bridgman is still alive, importantly, so they can just heal up. But they got a lot of space off the back of that as well. They really want to try and contest this point. Nevo's going to start touching, looking for a chance to try and do this as the sticks were over on the left instead. But now, as they start to cut up, really pie slice this one, try and take their fights one at a time as the sticks go down to cut off that main approach. Some good shots as well on the flank, and the Uber comes through, but they already lost a couple of players. They lose Lucas, and that is so key. This Uber is going to mean nothing for Witness Gaming, and Forfans have found their opportunity.
Devo is just an absolute boss on that mover there, coming in, two-shotting both of the combo players, and that just opens the door. There's no contest at all. Witness just caught with that pants down, losing Papi to a two-shot, losing Lucas to a two-shot from Devo. Just finds meat. Call him a butcher.
I have to say, you know, we were coming into this being like, wow, Tomas, best player in Europe. And obviously, I still do think that's true overall. But today, it's really looking like, if we're talking about even best pocket, right now, Nevo's looking like he's on a tear. And I'm loving it. It's a great sight to see from Forfans. It's a great sight to see for European TF2 that we've got this depth of skill. And I, for one, am here to see Forfans maybe even take this 2-0 in this series.
Right now, it's looking way more plausible than you might think, as we are back on middle here. Both teams sitting back, spamming for now. No early aggression like we saw last couple times on this mid-fight. It is just Papi sitting back. Both teams spamming across. It's Ixie activating early, but not finding much of anything. Just one kill from dmoule on that flank onto Papi, and that just ignites the aggression from the Frenchies, taking that early positioning, and they can just keep this rolling forwards. A flank kill onto Ixie, means the bomb can come through from Brudgman as well. There's no Witness positioning at all. Look at Deli. He can just go on from the flank through Zed.
I cannot believe that he just keeps on going there. Forfans really are just bloodhounds in this moment. They see it. They absolutely want to sort it. They get up close and personal again with the demo man. Lucas just barely making out alive as the dive comes on in. Auto goes down, and you see it right now. Forfans, they may be blue, but they're seeing red. Red medic dropping, and red last point going their way.
Yeah, this is now so scary here for Witness. There's no point control at all. You have to just bomb players onto invincible ones. But what does damage do? It just doesn't do anything. Lucas, just 11 HP, cannot hold on, and that is Frenchies. They didn't even get a dominant mid-victory, right? They get 2 soldier frags, and that's it. But it's enough. They just keep rolling it. The drop at the end there, the bomb out of Brudgman. The kill onto Auto, and now they're up around. This is 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes for Witness to try and take a round. This can be really dangerous on a map like Granary. Frenchies can slow this down. I think Frenchies, though, looking like they might just do it.
I absolutely agree with you, and it comes full circle to what we were talking about in map 1, right? These soldiers for Forfans are so darn good, man. As a combo, as together, individually, you name it. They are finding pick after pick after pick, and Brudgman finding that there was so darn key. Forfans right now are on a tear, and unfortunately, Witness Gaming seem to be the ones in front of them to get torn apart.
Yeah, it's mulaa eating some early spam damage here as well. Deli playing this quite aggressively and kind of stuffs a lot of Witness back. So spam now comes across from both sides. It's one soldier trying to take this high ground control, but it's a lot of damage coming through. But this time Hugo does manage to find a cleanup.
Brudgman!
But Brudgman just sends himself right in onto Auto as he falls now, trying so hard a Witness to commit onto mulaa, who is living because he has a team around him. Just one Italian stallion versus the world, and he just gets one pipe.
Man, oh man. Honestly, I'm really just so impressed by Forfans. I thought with them losing that soldier, it would have been a real problem there. But they use the space brought to them by that to take control of that space. They were attacking Witness Gaming from the high points, using exactly what makes Granary so unique to completely obliterate that mid from Witness Gaming. And with the med down, it's again Witness Gaming scampering, looking desperately for scraps here on this map with so little time available to them. Forfans are just, you know, happy to rock it out. They can look for their opportunity, maybe take their point, but with Witness building on last, it's not looking good for them.
They have to just somehow find a miracle hold here. You cannot lose a map or another round in a map like this.
Gone. It's all falling apart. Nevo up, and Adam taking down Lucas eventually here. Does have to do a little bit of a reload, but that point is oh so close. Auto tries to go for it.
My God.
Quite kill Deli, unfortunately. The arrow is there, but they are losing players for Fence. I thought they saw it, but unfortunately the blood in the water may have been theirs. And Witness Gaming chased them all the way back through. mulaa under pressure, just in the nick of time does QB turn up. But for Fence, they're fine. They've got 4.5 minutes on the clock, man. Like, they're chilling. They can just slow this game down and take that 3-2 win.
Brugman's not listening to you. They just keep sacking in their players. They're down Uber here. They really want to get this Force onto Auto. The Heavy on that loss did such a good job of defending that. So much damage dealt. No positioning for the Frenchies to really capitalize off of. Instead, the cleanup comes forward for the rest of Witness. Now they clean up a player there on second as well. The sack comes forward for dmoule. He is going to spawn in time for the stickies from Deli. Now there's no Demo Man. The thrust of this push is taken away as the Uber is kind of fizzled out as well. No longer advantageous for the red side. I think Witness, they kind of, I don't think they have to push this, right? It's still a bit of time to work with, but you're going to have to keep pressuring it. It's Hugo in again, and he finds the shot on mulaa. He's on full HP. He just barely lives it. That rocket connects.
Man, I cannot believe just how well 4 Fence are doing, especially keeping their med alive in this. It's been so key for their play. And the fact that they've just been grinding Witness Gaming down and just doesn't seem like they can get in a word in edgeways right now. And getting stuck on this mid, getting held back as time just ticks away. They're really going to have to kick things into a high gear soon.
I cannot believe the mulaa doesn't pop that. Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
There's such a real world where he dies to the fall damage there. That rocket from Hugo is beautiful, but he just barely lives. Instead, Ixie is just in on the flank. He's managed to bust this. Look at Brugman. He's down as well. Now, finally, Ixie does fall, but he's opened the door for the rest of his team, and this is now Frenchies having to fall back onto second. Witness. Oh, they're smelling blood in the water here. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play with. They still have time. They can just keep pressuring this advantage out. You do not need a scout necessarily on this second point. It is soldier dominated a lot of the time. You can have so much work happen here. But are they going to commit to something? It looks like it's just a soldier in through top. But this is papi getting bossed on, and they now have to go back.
Yeah, Witness Gaming are desperately trying something to open this up. They know they have that secret source. They just need to find a way that it works out here, right? It's been Lucas, it's been Hugo, it's been papi. Finding some really nice picks, but it has been few and far between. It's not been there every time. It seems like right now the secret sauce is bottled, but they don't have the recipe.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find it somehow. I don't remember where the Krabby Patty recipe was buried, but we might have to break it out in case of emergency. We'll have to see now. It is a Witness classic to be able to squeeze an advantage from a situation like this. The pressure does come out for now. It's early damage. Lucas playing this very aggressively. It's early damage onto Deli, who just falls. And they do. They manage to find exactly that. The Frenchies crumble at the last hour.
Oh my lord, this could be the opportunity they oh so sorely needed. Witness, push forward, they catch Brugman, the shots are landing on dmoule, the force comes through, Auto's milking, and Will manage to get, I think, about a second extra time there. If they can hold this, if they can make this happen, this is so good for them right now. The soldier comes in, jumps onto Lucas, who does go down, as QB jumps forward, takes out a lot, but Hugo and Papi, they set the score to 3-3. Witness Gaming, they are not going down without a fight.
They just barely manage it in the nick of time. I don't think that you can win a round on Granary in 50 seconds, by the way. I think we are just going to go straight to a golden cap here.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they managed to find that in the end. They just go in off of pure aura and find those frags. Disgusting clutch there from Witness. Just barely managing to find it in the nick of time. Rook, if this is what we have for the rest of this TF2L season, we are going to have a very good time.
We might be extra months. I completely agree with you. And with Mandem as well in the mixture, what a absolutely brilliant season we have to look at. But right now, 4 Fence are picking them apart. Not that it matters too much. They just don't have the time. But a dominant win for 4 Fence, you know, maybe it's got that ego boost, you know?
This is really good for their momentum, right? Coming in, they know that they have this singular last little mid-fight victory. It has honestly feels like gone mostly in the favor of the Frenchies, as they have just waiting. It's Witness usually committing onto the early plays, right? But then the Frenchies just able to respond to whatever Witness are throwing at them on those middles. Have to see if it's the same on that Golden Cap, which you are going into. Because in a Golden Cap, on a map like Granary, there is just a chance you rock up to mid and you get wiped and that's it, right?
Yeah,
you have to, and I think we are going to see a bit of a slow mid-fight when we get there. But let's talk a little bit about this map that we saw, because oh my god.
Astounding, right? Coming off the back of the win on Gully, sorry, not Gully, Bagel, completely wrong map. I was really looking towards for Fence and their soldiers, and boy, did they not disappoint. Constantly finding opportunities to get into that backline. dmoule and Brugman are looking on point. I've been loving so much out of them. They've been going for those high bombs. They've been getting surprise ones. They've even hit some really nice, like, just holding down points and getting that spam in. I know it's not something we necessarily highlight all the time, or it's not exciting, but they've just done a great job at understanding their job. And I think dmoule is the player I want to highlight the most, because these mids and how they've played them kind of passively in the back in kind of house has been so brilliant for finding opportunities and waiting for the right time.
Yeah, they've been playing so well this entire series as well. Super good at map number 1. They need to now convert it onto a single another round here. I want to give a massive shout out. It really feels like Hugo, in those entire moments, he's had two air shots, like hero air shots onto mulaa. mulaa just barely living off of them with his own aura. One of those plays, but it is so hard when you're in a situation like that. The heroics from Lucas as well. He's finding these plays in the moment where he just needs to hit those pipes to crack open that last hold there. That second hold, rather, on that last little round. Managing to find those pipes. We need to see a bit more, I feel like, still. Thomas is coming a bit more alive as well, I'm pretty sure. He has been showing some stuff, but we need to now see everyone go big.
We really do. I do think it is, because, you know, I'm coming into this. I'm expecting a lot of Thomas, and I think it is in part because of the change that you were talking about, right? With the demo taking a little bit more, I've been seeing Thomas off of beam a lot, kind of playing off to the side, playing a little bit more flanky, and it kind of works, but I don't think it's quite the perfect position for him to play. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this team kind of grows going forward, and whether they'll be able to find something that works for them, because I think right now what we're seeing is that actually it doesn't.
It is, I think, a bit of growing pains for specifically the soldier duo, Papi and Hugo as well. They just haven't had the amount of time to play together that Papi and Sil had. I think that's just a matter of time, right? But this is Golden Cap, map number 2 of week number 1 of ETF2L Winter Season 2025. So we are live one last time tonight. And one final little map here. It's Witness Gaming and Frenchies. They go all the way on map number 2. We're in on mid.
We are right now, Witness, trying to play a little bit more forward. Lucas gets sent back, as you can see where mulaa is. I'm loving the fact that they're willing to move their med up a lot more aggressively to try and take the position on mid. And it has been a really positional mid from Forfence. Sure, it's not as dynamic as something like Sunshine, but it has been their main focus. Again, look at where Brugman is, taking so much space up. They really want to catch dmoule, though. It is the backup from QB that stops Papi from picking them apart. And that's a great chance for Forfence as they take away that flank.
They find that victory on the flank there. Thomas falling as well means that now you can see Frenchies, they have 2 kills, and they're just going to keep rolling as far as they can get with these 2 frags. Already on yard, Witness know they cannot realistically contest it without that second soldier, without Thomas up as well. Frenchies now taking Lunchbox, looking to pressure this even further.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming from them onto them. You can see 4 players, maybe even 5, coming towards the left-hand side here, getting up and amongst the dmoule. Happy to trade here, no problems whatsoever. With 3 players down as well off the back of Ixie and Papi, this is perfect for Witness Gaming.
Lucas finds a godlike flank there onto the enemy combo as well, catching them with their pants down onto mulaa. Has no choice but to pop there. And they find absolutely nothing with their Uber. Look at Auto as well. Has an Uber of his own, but Brugman is right there. In through choke. Doesn't quite hit the skip jump. So he has to back off for now, but he's just going to go for the bomb in instead. Yuki's in as well. Auto needs to stay alive. It's 1 pipe from Lucas. And it's another kill onto Brugman as well. This is 2 frags. And Witness looking to just turn the tide to exactly what the Frenchies have been doing to them. Full fence. They're pushing back. They cannot hold on so far forwards here. They're staring down the barrel of this Witness Gaming with an Uber advantage, and they are looking to take it right now. Mulaa is already 85%.
Yeah. He's not going to be able to get in before that Uber advantage is evened out. They're going to look for a chance to save it. QB over on that heavy. They're going to pick apart those in the sky exactly as they normally do, but with dmoule and Deli down, this is problematic. However, Nevo starts to hold their position, and, well, they don't get the force, most importantly here. Witness cannot quite crack this open.
They can't crack it open. It's a heavy just sitting on high ground, but they get the kill onto Deli, which means that there's no counter response here for the Frenchies. They can't push in. Losing on Demoman is a scary situation, but look at Hugo capitalizing off of the dead center. He bombs in, absolutely nukes him now. Look at Thomas, streams in. He's just in on his own, trying to dance in through 4 players. Doesn't quite find anything. We're traded 2 for 2. And Witness, they fancy these odds. They fancy themselves the better players. They're streaming in. They want to just take this.
Yeah, no, it's been so good to see them get so aggressive, but look at those! The explosives destroy them as they try to contest. You can see papi looking for it, does get the force, but
God, mulaa.
Auto does get out. If they can chill and push back in a second here, this could be still the opportunity to Witness, even though that looked so problematic for them.
They don't have any players here. It's just one Hugo solo potentially, but they throw everything in the kitchen sink at mulaa there, and he just barely has the force at the very end. The bombs, they aren't synced at all. It's 1 by 1 for Witness, taking turns to try and get this play. But it's one dmoule in on the flank, and it looks like he's getting the better of Hugo for now. He pushes forwards, gets that kill, and it's going to slow Witness down just that little bit. mulaa, 60% already. Evo up on the sniper as a level 2 gun, but is Lucas right in here on last?
Yeah, Lucas manages to get rid of that sentry. They are going to be able to clear out some of these players with dmoule going down, but they lost Hugo, they lost Thomas. Everything is starting to look a little bit awkward for them. Auto even gets caught in the crossfire as they start to retreat. This is not a good look as Witness Gaming, again, can't get that last point open.
Papi with the Hail Mary sacking onto mulaa at the end, but they just commit so many resources to that sentry gun. Don't even get the sentry gun kill. Instead, it just swaps off, comes up onto the heavy instead, and now they're just absolutely no high ground at all. It makes it so difficult for them to get any kind of push in whatsoever. mulaa, massive advantage. One Ixie sitting in shutters. Have to see if the Frenchies are ready to respond. They're already kind of checking it a little bit, but Deli does not have time to sticky it. They're just waiting. He's peeking out now. It's mulaa just peeking right there. Like the shot. He's going again.
Oh, no, dies instead. Those stickies stop them from getting it. Nevo's down. Will be a scout lacking, but they lost quite a bit from the side of Witness. They're going to have to go back to that second and lose too much other than that. But papi jumps out, tries to deal with it, tries to give their scout a little bit more space. They will get forward. They even take down Brushman, and they will get Deli here in the end. Only losing their own demo, which is not the greatest, but also meaning that these Ubers are even now. It is going to be a fight over this mid, and they're just going for it right away with that player ad. They know it's there. Hugo manages to not get anything. Manages to take down dmoule as they try to get the jump on them. But Witness Gaming take that mid.
They have forwards. They can come right back in here, the Frenchies. They have the demo man up. Lucas is nowhere to be found. They just have to take this trade onto Thomas.
Oh my god. Bushman jumps away. Thomas's Uber not quite going to land as the Uber also gets a couple of those players out as a lot of damage does go onto the demo, but it's the jump from papi that almost makes the difference. But it's the pistol from Thomas to find mulaa there. And they even take down Rudgman as they try to get aggressive. This is great for Witness Gaming.
That's the Granary expert right there from across the map with the winger as well. So much damage dealt by the pressure from his projectile class friends. And he just gets that cleanup in the very end. Now mulaa falls. This is a massive disadvantage here. Frenchies already setting up a gun on last. Still peeking onto second here. Not going to let Deli escape without trying to get some kind of a play with these sticky bombs. Can be so deadly on this point. But this is a massive advantage once again for Witness rotating across. They do not want to deal with this demo man on this point. Instead, they're going to have to deal with Rudgman, who is just sitting up on top, and it is happy bombing in and just absolute eating the dirt there.
Oh, very careful with both soldiers in here. Auto has to pop. That's a great call from dmoule and Brugman. Again, coming in as a duo, making sure that Uber is used is absolutely brilliant. Not a lot of time left. mulaa is going to have that Uber up in just a second and does indeed. Sentry gone, but they continue to move forward. Witness feel like they can see something here. With the Uber coming in, they're going to have to get out. Thomas is sneaking around. A lot of shots being fired, but does eventually pick them off. Now, this is going to be uber ad for Witness Gaming if they can slow things down, but there's a lot of Frenchies coming at them right now, and it might just be too much if they're not careful.
Papi's in on Zed here. Have to be a bit careful of him. dmoule finds a bit of a flank in lunchbox for Papi. Able to spot him out, make sure that dmoule doesn't get any funny business going. Once again, Uber advantage has seesawed back in the favor of Auto, but it is quite small. Only 80%. 20% different here for the side of Auto, and he's looking to go in through Lunchbox once again, but the Frenchies, they have to be ready for this. It has to be such a fast commit for Witness. I don't know if they're there in time.
No, I don't think they are either. They are going to get some of those soldiers up with that pop. Look who's behind. Brugman gets it with dmoule in support. Absolutely brilliant pick. And again, they can smell it. Four fence. They take it apart. Some good kills starting to come through. Lucas Stack does go down, however, and I cannot believe that 4 fence keep finding these opportunities, and it absolutely is their soldier duo.
That is just dmoule with a hero play there. Oh my god, wait. Thomas has a jump. I forgot that you could do that. Wait, look at the cap time. Oh my god, Rook. Did they spot him? Did they see him? QB did spot him now. It's a 1v1. In on this high ground here. With Thomas in behind. Look at the cap time. He wants to try and go for this. They're fighting this on mid, and they get the force out onto mulaa as well. It's Hugo bombing in. The rest of Witness are far gone because Thomas does such a good job of pulling them back. Gets a little consolidation prize. A kill onto QB as well, but he does more than enough there. They get the force out. They have advantage again. They're down 2 players. But they're going to come back up on this forward spawn here. At least one of them.
Oh, yeah, it's honestly so impressive that Witness Gaming managed to make this. Honestly, I asked myself, who's playing flank scout in this scenario? Because it feels like it might be Thomas with the number of flanks they've gotten so far in this series. But it's interesting to see. And Witness Gaming, again, finding those opportunities that you otherwise really wouldn't see. They are absolutely brilliant at doing that. Just to see if they can make it happen. Brugman does get chased out, does go down, with dmoule down as well. A lot of that pressure is gone from the side of Witness Gaming. With mild uber, not that it's really going to matter too much. They can make their way forward, but they are going to still have to contest for second here.
They get this Uber advantage, but it's even Uber now fades for Witness. Instead, they're just trying to bully their way onto second while they still do not quite have that middle captures. They do finally get it now. One soldier was in forward spawn, but he just has to back off instead. Back spawn. Brugman comes back up, sits on second. Witness Gaming now buffing up. Looking to find what kind of angle. They have gone for that lunchbox play a lot, but instead now it's the old tried and true. Just tank Lucas in through point and let him work his magic. Doesn't find much quite yet, but he can just keep trying. And it feels like more than likely at some point, like an inevitability, this guy will just find the stickies. He will just find some kind of pick.
Damage.
Brugman cannot stand there.
Deli goes low, but so does Lucas, and with Papi gone, the space is not there for Witness Gaming. They are going to have to back up here. Don't know if there's going to be the push out, but they definitely can't hold this. I'm sorry, can't contest this second right now effectively.
For the moment, just sitting back. So we're going to wait for Papi to respawn, come back and join his team. It is 4 minutes left before we go to a golden mid-fight, which would just be a mid-fight for the map victory. At the moment, the Frenchies are just kind of holding on. They can just run down the clock for as long as needed. No one really finding much of an advantage. 1% Papi stack was all they had. Instead, now Brugman playing on this little bit of a height. The end of the world for him. Papi once again falls to these stickies from Deli. We're right back to where we started. We'll have to see, are the Frenchies willing to capitalize off of the singular pick? You can see the soldiers, Brugman and dmoule already going in through that ramp room. Witness playing a bit back, but it looks like that's just it. Not going for anything else, just sitting back. Even Uber still. No one finding much of anything. Door was open for a while, but neither scout has chosen to come up on an off class. We just build up and we wait.
Yeah, they feel like they need that speed to try and capitalize off the potential small number of picks that we've seen on either side, that they've managed to really steamroll into anything else. Full buffs right now for Witness Gaming. They are looking to make their move, make their chance, but it's not going to be very easy for them. Hugo is just biding their time to play from the higher ground, as they want to put pressure onto that demo, but it's easier said than done with so many sticks, with so much pressure going out, and papi in a position again that is very problematic. If they can get this would be good. They try to go for the Uber to get the force on one of these players, but a good response, and everybody gets out from the side of floor fence here. Can't say the same for Thomas, and surprisingly can say the same just now for Lucas. They take down dmoule, but they lost Hugo as well. That was a trade, and it's still a problem for Witness Gaming here. There's going to be players spilling out left, right, and center before fence as they look to try and get an advantage off the back of this.
They're trying to go in. It's a lot of damage dealt. QB just eats nothing. Goes straight in, finds that shot out of Ixie, who combines with papi. And this is now Pelly falling. Brudgeman is stuck in behind. He's so low, just waiting for his moment to try and come out and feed. But that is papi just finding Rocket. A Frenchie's crumbling in the final hour. They don't even have an Uber advantage here, by the way. They're just 3 up. It's all on dmoule and onto Nevo, who've had such a good map so far. But can they stave off the aggression for the successes? It's the cakes of Europe, and they might just be back to claim their throne. Just a little bit too late for Frenchie. And in a very, very close secondary map, that is Witness clinching victory. But they do not come out on top ultimately in this exchange. That is Frenchies walking away with 4 points. And they make that look so hard for Witness.
Wow. Not what we were expecting coming on in, but something I am absolutely stoked for over the rest of this season. Seeing the Frenchies come through, have that success, and really, like, for a map like Granary, that really should be Witness's home ground, and for them to force it to the Golden Cap is absolutely astounding. And I'm so impressed by what they've got. And as I said, that just makes me more excited for the rest of the season, man. What a great way to start things.
Yeah, we're setting ourselves up mighty fine for a really nice season of ETF2L. Followed up, by the way, this is also a LAN preview, as both of these teams will be attending Poland. And if I know anything, it is that LAN matches don't tend to make the quality of gameplay any less intense. This was, for all of... Okay, here's the thing. If you're, like, let's pretend you're American, you haven't watched European TF2 in about 5 years. All that you know is European on Granary means that it's very, very slow and nothing happens for 30 minutes, right? That was the complete opposite. So chaotic for so long. Both of these teams are so willing to play on the edge of these tiny advantages, and it looks so beautiful to watch these teams play off these small advantages, everyone in sync, and it is so nice to watch.
No, it really is. And I have to say, I mean, I'm looking at this again, and as much as I've been bigging up the soldiers, great plays on the scouts front, on the whole, from Four Fence as well. They've really shown us that they can match up against what is generally considered the best scout duo in the EU, being Thomas and Ixie. And I think it's great to see these teams so evenly matched. And yeah, it just gets me so excited. But overall, Witness do take this second map, obviously in the Golden Cap, and I think a lot of that was down to just some absolute miracle plays from Lucas, from papi, from Hugo, and even some of those flanks coming through from both Thomas and Ixie were brilliant. They're definitely a great team to just find those opportunities, and I love to see how much they just have that killer instinct, you know?
It's nice to see, and I think it is more than anything, right? Like, this is a Witness that hasn't really played super seriously for a super long time, so they're still growing, right? This is also a French team that have had multiple seasons together for this core of players of, you know, of these guys who know each other so well. They've played with each other for so long, and inevitably, I think that will just reflect a little bit. This is one team that has had more than a whole season to come together and build synergy, and another that had maybe 3 weeks, right? And so I think one of the stories for this game as well is just a difference in soldier synergy at the moment, right? Where that sort of interplay between Brudgeman and dmoule just looks that much better than their counterparts of papi and Hugo. But I do believe, Rook, for the first time in a hot minute, we've got a bit of an interview set up here.
Yeah, we do. I'm absolutely stoked for it. We do have papi coming in here to join us in just a second. Obviously from Witness Gaming. If you haven't been paid yet, if you're not looking at the screen right now. I'm really excited to have a chat to them and really pick their brain about how this map as a whole really went for them, because I think that Granary was definitely really interesting. Hey, Pappy, just to kick things off, you guys coming into this, Granary was supposed to be a map that is immensely successful for you. What do you feel was so problematic here, at least to kick things off in the season?
I think we just couldn't win a mid, basically. Games are hard when you don't win any mids, so I don't know, yeah. I think, to be honest, we played pretty well in transition. I think the mids are like, wait, let me check the log. I think the mids are like they won all of them, or maybe won one. Did we win one mid?
I think you won the second mid.
Okay, yeah, so they won like 6 mids and we won one, so the game's pretty hard. So I'm pretty happy to win Gran, because you shouldn't really win a map when you lose every mid.
True.
How is building your synergy here for you guys? You guys have not had that long to play against. Do you feel like you're still working? I mean, you mentioned your mids already. Do you feel like any other sort of big takeaways from this game?
I think they were better than us, so they deserve to win. I don't know. Like Bagel, they really kind of showed how bad we are at Bagel. Bagel's been a map we've been struggling with a tiny bit earlier, like in scrims. So I think it was a good pick ban by them. But yeah, we're working on stuff. I think we're doing okay. We just need to keep working, keep getting better. I think they had some idea on Bagel that really destroyed the way we play the map. So it was very good by them.
Yeah, especially like the way they were kind of playing around side control and applying that pressure on the point. And I was interested as well to kind of focus on that, because obviously there's a lot of focus on the combo on that. What's kind of I think to me, talking about that growth, the thing I was expecting to see the most in terms of growth from your team is towards how Lucas is really going to fit in. Do you feel like that's right? And do you think that there's do you see a future that's going to be really exciting for any of us?
Yeah, I think this team has loads of potential. I'm not worried at all. This is like a early week game, and I think we still have things to work on. I don't think there's like anything to fit Lucas in at all. We've actually had pretty successful scrims so far, so yeah, maybe just first offie back in a while, a little bit rusty, so people play a bit different in scrims and offies. That's always how it is. But I don't think it's anything to do with like one player adapting or anything like that. Like we just keep going through the process, keep practicing, keep scrimming, that type of thing.
Let's bring it over a little bit, because we're also joined here by mulaa and dmoule. Congratulations on your victory. How are you guys feeling after this?
Tu veux commencer, frérot?
Yeah, we're pretty good.
Pretty good.
It was alright. Could have done more, but we didn't. It's fine.
We missed 2 points in this.
That's
sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, absolutely. I mean, as kind of Pappy just mentioned, I don't know if you caught it or anything, that you guys had an absolute dominating presence over on Granary mid. Is there a key to that? Or is there some kind of strategy? I think in particular, dmoule, I saw you playing pretty far back and playing very chill and just looking for that opportunity. Was that particularly important to you guys?
No, I'm just that kind of guy. I'm pretty chill. That's how I approach Granary right now.
It's just we have a new Granary expert. That's it, basically. So the mid was like our hometown. If that makes sense.
Oh, mulaa, your mic is real bad.
Is it bad?
Yeah. Is it like your beard or something?
No, I'm not ill, but the mic was far away. So I was saying we have a new Granary expert. That's why we won every mid, basically.
I feel it. I appreciate it. How do you guys? Let's take you guys back to Bagel a little bit. It kind of feels like, watching that from our perspective, it really felt like, especially you, dmoule, and Brutchman really just had Witness's number a little bit. Do you want to speak on that at all? Like, how did you go about finding so many opportunities on that combo?
I'll be honest. It's probably their weakest map for Witness. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion. And yeah, I think we got pretty good. Like, it wasn't a good map for us last season, but yeah, we worked on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I was pretty impressed with the way you kind of took the side control and applied pressure from there. And overall, we're just able to keep, I mean, mulaa in particular, a lot safer than we were kind of seeing on the other side. But we did see some pretty awesome, I mean, air shots in particular coming out from the side of Witness. I'm interested to see if they were third map. I'm interested. Maybe you guys don't have the answer. Maybe you guys aren't doing the map picks yourselves. What map maybe would we have seen, or were you guys looking to play? First, papi.
I think in the regular season there's only 5 maps to pick from, and 2 get banned. So whatever the last one is.
Oh, okay.
We banned Sultry. They banned. What did you ban? Sunshine. So whatever
we
the
don't
other
know.
map is.
We don't know what we banned.
You ban Sunshine, I think. Oh yeah, you have dmoule. You don't play Sunshine. Sorry, that sounds bad. I didn't mean it like Flame, but I remember dmoule doesn't like Sun. So
I love
can't
Sunshine,
remember what
but it's all right. You flame me, that's fine.
Sorry.
Go on.
Sounds bad. I didn't mean it like that. I don't remember what the last map is. Maybe it's Process or Snake or something. I'm not sure.
It was
Yeah, it was
Process.
Process. Yeah, Process.
Process. Okay, so the third would be Process.
Fair enough.
Trying to do a bit of digging here, looking ahead a bit. You guys' schedules coming up next week. You guys, how are you feeling about the rest of the week that you have coming up? Obviously, you have this game now, but now Witness next week. You have to go play a Yak team that at least on LAN was doing a bit hot. How you feeling your matchup against Venom Crest?
Yeah, feel good. They play a bit weird. I'm actually away the next week and a half, so maybe my team will play off Merc. Not sure, but I think my team will be fine, to be honest.
I think tell your guys to not be late, otherwise they will steal 6 points out of you.
Yeah, I heard about this.
That's the only thing. Just don't be late, bro. That's the only advice I can give.
Yeah, it looks like both of you guys, both sides, you kind of get to take a few weeks, maybe a bit more chill, I say. I mean, Witness, you're kind of going full fence into Venom Crest, into Mandem, into Anti-Side. It's like, yeah, this you kind of front load your season a little bit more. Where Frenchies, you kind of get a bit of more, I guess, a relative break, right? You get to play Samakot and then the AMS team before you kind of get to ramp up towards the end. I think, would you actually, let's ask you this, mulaa, would you prefer to sort of start off playing all the sort of candidates for the top 4, or would you rather just take it towards the end of the season?
I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore, but like last season we had a pretty rough start because we played like the biggest team, like the strongest team straightforward. But now like we just play Witness and then it's like holidays basically until the next official, so it's chill like that.
Yeah, no, entirely reasonable. I mean, speaking of those kind of offies and speaking about your matchup last season, interested to hear actually both teams' opinions on Mandem, and how do you feel about, because obviously people are talking about the top kind of teams this season, and how they're going to mesh with each other. I'm absolutely stoked with how obviously this matchup went, and definitely will hopefully be as interesting later down the line. How do you start with the fence? How do you guys feel about Mandem?
Tu veux commencer?
No, go first, papi.
But he said for fence. I don't play for fence.
Oh, he said for fence? My bad, I didn't listen.
You're French, Mika. You're French.
You want me to start? Sure.
No, all right. Mondem, I don't know what to think about them. I think they got a better flank, but overall they got weaker players. Like they don't have the big build, so I'm pretty confident against them. If that's your question.
Yep. No, that's chill. Papi, do you share the same sentiments, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think without build, they're not really the same. They're still good, but you can't really replicate what build does. I don't think anyone can. So
I haven't seen my demo, bro.
should be easier than the other seasons.
I think I'm looking a bit at this season. I kind of wonder as well. I think for all three of you guys, what's kind of the team more than any other that you guys are looking out for to kind of contest you for that top spot? I assume that it's the goal for both of you to come out first place. I think let's start with you guys, Frenchies, as well. Is Witness sort of your primary competition, do you think, or how do you feel like it's gonna give you that competition? I guess maybe besides Witness.
Besides Witness, I would say definitely the Yak team. We have to show up on time again, otherwise, like they will take 6 points out of us. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm looking at.
What about you, Papi? Who do you think? Let's hypothetically, right? You're in the finals. Who are you playing?
The team that so far preseason gave us the most trouble is the Ryan team, but maybe that's just scrims. So I mean, it's probably for fence, but it could be any. To be honest, Prem's pretty stacked. I think like anyone can lose to anyone this season. Like these teams who you maybe rank lower, like Samarkand and AMS, they're still very good teams. Like I think this AMS team is taking maps off some of the top teams as well. So you don't really know. I mean, I felt confident coming in today, and then we got super slapped up. So you never know what's going to happen.
How much do you think that this is just week one jitters, and how much do you think that it's actually just the Frenchies that have hands?
I don't know if it's week one jitters. I think it's probably just Frenchies being good. I don't think we played like much different from scrims. I think they just they had they're very good at Bagel. We're not so good at Bagel. So that's like first map out the window. And then Gran we're good on, but we couldn't win a mid. So we end up winning the map, but it just takes it's a little hard to win with no mid wins.
All right. I think unless you have any more questions here, Rook, I think we should give these guys the floor a bit and then head out.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to make any shout outs or anything, go ahead. Otherwise, I think we're good here. So
yeah, let's take it from the top.
Shout out to Fancy. That's all.
Awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Yak. That's all.
Shout out to my team and shout out to our fundraiser. We're going to be playing in NA in March, so we will be grinding and getting back in shape, getting the rust off. So if you want to look to claim any perks or anything, you can check out our fundraiser, which is on the TFTV thread. I think it's stickied, so yeah, check it out if you want to learn some stuff about the game.
Brilliant, and thank you all very much for your time, dmoule, mulaa, and papi, for joining us today for this, and congratulations.
Shout out Condog. I forgot Condog. Shout out Condog. There you go.
Oh, and two. But thank you all very much at home for watching. This has just been week one. This has just been game one of week one. So there's way more TF2 action coming your way.
Thursday.
So stay tuned. What? Thursday. Indeed.
Another game.
Thursday, another game coming your way. So definitely tune in. Keep an eye on the Essentials channel. And well, have a good week.